You know that feeling when you can't stop thinking about someone you care about, when you're constantly checking your phone, wondering where they are, what they're doing, if they're okay? You tell yourself it's because you love them so much. But what if I told you that's not actually love at all? I used to think my constant worry about my partner meant I was deeply in love. The sleepless nights wondering if they were safe, the need to know their every move, the panic when they didn't text back immediately. I convinced myself this was what caring looked like. But here's the uncomfortable truth nobody talks about. Worry isn't love, it's anxiety disguised as care. Let me explain why your brain tricks you into believing worry equals love. When we have anxious attachment styles, our nervous system goes into overdrive whenever we sense potential separation from someone important to us. This triggers what psychologists call emotional reasoning, where we believe our feelings must reflect reality. Because the worry feels so intense and consuming, we assume it must mean we care deeply. But real love doesn't keep you up at night with catastrophizing thoughts. Real love doesn't make you hypervigilant about every text message, delay, or change in tone. That's your attachment system misfiring, not your heart expanding. Think about it this way: when you truly love someone, you want them to be happy and free, right? But worry does the opposite. It makes you want to control their environment, monitor their choices, and eliminate any possibility of them experiencing discomfort. That's not love, that's fear trying to protect itself. Here's what actually happens in your brain when you mistake worry for love. Your amygdala, the fear center, gets activated whenever you perceive a threat to your relationship. This could be something as simple as your partner being quiet or taking longer to respond than usual. Your brain interprets this as danger and floods your system with stress hormones. But instead of recognizing this as anxiety, you tell yourself a story. You say, I'm worried because I love them so much. This narrative makes the uncomfortable feeling seem noble and justified. It's like your mind's way of making anxiety feel acceptable. The problem is, this creates a vicious cycle. The more you worry, the more evidence you find to support that worry. You start ruminating, playing out worst case scenarios, and looking for signs that confirm your fears. This is called confirmation bias, and it keeps you trapped in anxious patterns. I see this all the time with people who have generalized anxiety disorder or anxious attachment styles. They genuinely believe their overprotectiveness and constant concern shows how much they care. But their partners often feel suffocated, controlled, and untrusted. Real love, on the other hand, feels completely different. It's grounded in the present moment, not spiraling into future fears. It trusts rather than suspects. It gives space rather than demands constant reassurance. It accepts uncertainty rather than trying to control every outcome. So, how do you tell the difference? Love feels expansive and peaceful, even when you're apart from someone. Worry feels contractive and urgent. Love wants the best for the other person, even if that means letting them make their own choices. Worry wants to eliminate all possibilities of pain or loss. Love also has this quality of letting go, not letting go of the person, but letting go of the need to control what happens. It's like holding someone with an open palm rather than a clenched fist. You're still connected, but they're free to move. If you're recognizing yourself in this, don't worry. And I mean that literally. This pattern is incredibly common and completely changeable. The first step is developing self-awareness about when you're actually feeling anxiety versus love. Start paying attention to the physical sensations in your body. Worry usually comes with tension, a racing heart, or that pit in your stomach. Love feels warm, open, and calm. Notice when your thoughts start spiraling into what-if scenarios. That's your cue that anxiety has taken over. Practice present moment awareness instead of future-focused catastrophizing. When you catch yourself worrying about your partner, ask yourself, are they actually in danger right now? Or am I creating stories about what might happen? Most importantly, work on building trust, both in your relationship and in your own ability to handle whatever comes. This might mean therapy, especially if you recognize codependency patterns or fear of abandonment driving your behavior. Remember, learning to love without worry doesn't mean you care less. It means you're caring in a way that actually serves the relationship instead of sabotaging it. You're choosing emotional freedom over emotional fusion. The beautiful thing about recognizing this pattern is that once you see it, you can start changing it. You can learn to love from a place of inner peace rather than inner panic. And that kind of love, that's the kind that actually lasts. If this resonated with you, make sure to subscribe for more insights on building healthier relationships and share this with someone who might need to hear it too.